Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jack from CasinoIncomeAcademy.com's home here on YouTube. And I was interested in running a demo on one of our, you guys know Waylon's Way Craps with Alicia. Waylon is amazing. He sticks to his lane, which is craps, which obviously is one of my personal favorite games. And every once in a while, Waylon will come out with something that's completely out of the blue, and something that we haven't looked at in the same way. So he came out with a video in the last day or so. I don't know when this video is going up, but you can look at Waylon's Way Craps with Alicia. And I forgot what he calls it. This is like the DC Inside Match. And he ran this with a big boy bankroll, like a $5,000 bankroll with $100 bets. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's kind of a weird one. You guys know I love lay bets and DC bets and hybrid systems for craps. This is one of them. But what makes this unusual is the press type situation that he's doing. It's not something that I would have ever come up with. Because you guys know I like to make money and then immediately or very quickly taking the risk down or dummying down the risk very quickly. Now, does that limit your ability to make more money in those situations? Absolutely, but I've learned from my trading days that if you can lock up profit and do it again and do it again, I don't really look at that as limiting your profit. So most of Waylon's stuff is similar to mine, but this one has a different wrinkle, and I'm always open-minded. Remember, here on this channel, we don't claim to be the god of craps or the Baccarat king or whatever BS you hear on these other channels. We create our own stuff. We evaluate other people's ideas. We tweak other people's ideas. We run things through AI to see if they make sense from a mathematical point of view or probability point of view. And we give credit where credit is due, because at the end of the day, it's not about my ego. It's about finding things that work. That's it. Whether it comes from me or a student or an alumni or anybody else, the general idea or the concept, I don't care. So you always see us looking at Waylon stuff, tweaking things from here, or Ken, or Roulette Master, or Baccarat Man, or whatever. It doesn't matter where it comes from. If there's something interesting going on, I want to check it out, and I want to bring it to you. So that's what's going on. So I don't know about this one, to be honest. He says it's made a lot of money in testing. And you can run it with or without laddering. He ran, the first video he just did was without laddering, and it did very well. And even though the DC got knocked off. So I'm going to do it, but I'm going to dummy it down to the bubble craps level. So here we go. We're going to use, it would be a very small bankroll. I don't know what it would be. Probably a few $100 at the most. Because he was using $5,000 with $125 place bets. I'm going to use $20 DC bet and $5 place bets. So that's a hell of a lot less. So I would say, I don't know, you're probably good with about $500, $600. So let's just get going and I'll show you what this looks like. All right. So you guys know we can't do a DC bet until there's a point. So we're going to go into the DC like this for 20. Now, the big thing is I have to remember he was running the DC and then putting the money out. I don't think he was doing it at the same time. Hold on. I'm going to stop the video to make sure about that. I don't want to make that mistake. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did confirm that he was not going out with the place numbers first. He was getting the DC to move. So let's get this DC to move. And you guys know a 7 or an 11 here is an instant loss. A 2-3 is an instant win. Everything else that's a box number, this is going to move behind it. So let's see what happens. All right. So we move to the 8. You know it's a lay bet, which means we win this bet if the 7 shows up before the 8. Now, the secondary bets are going to be inside. Now, we're pretending that this is a bubble craps. So we're not going to have to do increments of $6 on the 6 and 8. So we're just going to go out like this. And yes, we are going to play under the lay bet if it's in here. It doesn't matter. So understand that if the 7 comes now without anything else hitting first, you're going to lose 20, right? But you're going to make a little less than the 20 back here after the vig. So it's basically a break even. So this is one of those strategies where we're trying to hit numbers. But if the 8 is rolled because the lay bet and we have a bet under it on the place bet, you're not going to lose the full 20 because you're still going to get paid here. So it'll all make sense, but the real magic that he's created is this matching deal. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's see how it plays out. Maybe it's fantastic. Nina. All right, so that's great. So we just got paid $7 for this 5, right? So the way that this thing kind of works is this matching business. So we got paid 7 here, right? All right, so remember, let's think this whole thing out. We have $20 at risk here. Not totally, right? But if we lose these bets to the 7, we're going to make back $20 here, right? But we just made money because we got 1 hit. So what he does is a match. So now he goes up on all of these. Now, I'm going to put the link to the way he plays this. Okay? And you can see if I'm doing it exactly like him or not. This is my version of what I believe he was doing. Right? So now what's going to happen is if we can hit one of these numbers, we're going to be good to go. Because we already made 7, so even if the 8 comes and we lose the 20, we're in good shape. I think there's a lot of options here, like I show you guys. So kind of let's roll through this. Let's see what happens here.
Yo, 11.
All right, 11.
Nina.
Okay, fantastic. So now we made 14 on this $10 pressed bet, right? And we're up $21. Now, I think what he was doing is then going down on these bets after he hit it once. He was going back down to the 5 because now there's no risk, right? There's no risk because you bank $21, and even if the 8 gets hit, you're going to make money because of this money on the 8, even though you're going to lose the 20. Okay, so let's see how the math works out on this. Now, I did go back down after 1 hit, from the level 2 bets on here back down. I'm pretty sure he always does that. But let's just see how it plays out playing it this way.
12 craps.
All right, that doesn't do anything.
Fever 5.
Okay, fantastic. So now we made more money on the 5, right? Now, I don't know if he goes back up and matches it again for a second time. I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna play this conservative and play it out, and only do the matching 1 time and get a win and come down. I think that's what he was doing, but you can watch that video. This, if he does match and go back up again, well, you can certainly test it like that. I'm going to play it this way, which is obviously more conservative. Now, you see we're already up $28. If I'm playing it with the 20 and the 5s, and it's only a $500-600 bankroll max, which I'm pretty confident that's probably way more than you need, I'm probably looking to pull tickets on the bubble craps between $20 to $30. So I'm pulling a ticket here probably. Okay, so here we go.
12 craps.
I want to see what happens when the 7 comes, what the numbers look like.
10 easy.
All right, that doesn't matter. Now, what he also does, if you have an amazing roll like this, where you went up and you made money and you came down and you made money, you can pick up another number if you want. I'm going to just play it straight. I'm not going to go up on anything. I'm not going to do anything like that.
4 easy.
Right. See, we could have picked up the 4 and just made more money.
8 easy.
Okay. So there's the story. All right. So look what happened here. Right. We lost our lay bet, but we made money on this side. So we lost 14. But for the shooter, we're still up right now, $14. So again, watch Waylon's video. The link is in the description. And see if he would have stayed up on what he had matched or come all the way down. I don't remember if he did. Because if he did, you would have made more money on this specific roll because we made more shots. We made more hits on numbers before that 8 was hit, before our lay bet got nailed. Now, we didn't lose this money, right? We didn't lose this money, but we did get nailed on the lay bet. So now we're going to take these down, right? We're up $14, and we'll restart with a new DC bet. So there's a couple of wrinkles there, right? There's a few wrinkles there that I may have done differently. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. It's not allowing me to come out on the DC, and there is a point. There's no reason. Oh, because of this. Okay. I had it set wrong. So we're going to, now, again, this is the same shooter. If you think you've gotten enough out of that shooter, you don't have to go right back out. You could wait for the next shooter, but we're just going to go right back out and try to get this to move.
Yo, 11.
Okay, we lost. Now we're down for the session because we lost our DC bet. I'm not going to ladder in this video. I just want to get comfortable with the basics here for the moment. Okay, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not going to do any laddering. We're just going to replace it like he did. We're going to play it the most generic way that we can without any laddering.
8 easy.
All right, so we move back to the 8, and we're going to put our bets out again, right? And the only thing that I don't know is whether we were supposed to stay up or come back down after matching after the win. I think that's a lot more aggressive, but I believe that when he hits on the match, I think he does come down. All right, I think we're doing it the way he would. So let's just roll this out and see. Remember, this is a demo. I'm doing it for the first time, just like you guys.
7 out.
All right, so that's the situation where we're using that lay bet strictly as a hedge, right? So we didn't get any hits, but we didn't really lose any money because it's a hedge. So now, because of the 7, the puck is off. We have to wait for the puck to move. We go back out, and in our case, we're doing $20 DC.
5 fever.
Okay, it moves there. Let's put our inside bets out, right, just like that. And here we go. Let's look and see if we can get a number.
12 craps.
All right.
4 winner.
Okay, that's an outside number. Oh, these bets have to be on. Make sure if you're playing bubble craps that your bets are always on. Okay, as long as you have the lay bet out, these bets need to be on.
6 easy.
Perfect. All right, so there's our one hit. We made 583. So now with his matching system, we're going to go up like so. We're going to match this $20, okay?
Nina 9.
Okay, perfect. Now here's that situation again. For our $10 bet, we made 14. We're back up $14, right? let's take a look at this. All right. We have made on this hand, we're up $14 because we were basically at zero or whatever before, right? We basically, hold on one second, guys. I apologize. A lot of stuff going on today with the technology guys and the website, so I'm doing 40 things at once. All right. We have $14 in the book here, right? If the 7 comes now, we're going to lose this 20, right? But we're going to make this 20. So we're already up money. If the 5 comes, we're going to make 14 here, right? 14, but we're going to lose 20. But we already made money on this. So you know what we'll do? Let's get a feeling for this. That's why we're demoing. We're going to leave the matched amount up and see what that looks like. Why don't we, remember, this is a demo. This is what we're trying to figure out. And again, you can watch Waylon's version. So I'm going to leave this up for one more hit, hopefully. If we lose this, we are going to lose 40, right? We're going to lose 40 to the 7, but we're going to make 20. Right? So I don't know. I still think coming down is the right move here. I just think coming down is the right move. Let's leave it up and see what happens.
7 out.
Okay. And it's not the right move because there you go. You lost 20 in that whole deal. Right? You lost 20 in that deal. It did not work out. So what I think it is what I originally said, which is we match and we come down. Okay? So let's stick to that for the moment. All right? This is great demo. We're learning. We're playing with this thing. We're getting the vibe for this. Let's go back to our 20.
Winner 6.
Okay. It moves here. We're going to go back out with our inside bets. Make sure that they're on, right? Make sure that they're on because we do want them working since we have the DC bet out. I think I called it a lay bet before by accident. Since we have the DC bet working is what I should say. Okay, here we go.
6 easy.
Okay, that's the situation where we didn't have any hits and we got knocked off our DC bet, but we made a little bit back. So again, the moral of the story is we lost 14. We made money on the 6, but we lost it on the DC 6. So we need to come down, and we need to put our 20 back out. So this is a great demo because we're seeing every possibility.
10 easy.
All right. We move to the 10. This is the first time that the DC bet moves to a non-inside number. So now it's by itself here. Okay, so if the 10 gets rolled, you're going to lose the 20. You're not going to make any of it back because we don't have one of the place bets out under it. Okay?
12 craps.
Okay, no big deal.
Need a 9.
All right. There's our one hit. We made $7. And we're going to do the match like so.
Winner 6.
Okay. We made our money. Make sure these bets are turned on. Okay. We made our money on the 6. Oh, you know what happened here? Oh, boy. I did it for too much money, guys. These were supposed to be $5. I don't know how that happened where we went to the... Oh, no, that's right. I think that was the second hit. Yeah, that's the second hit. So we made our $11, right? And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop back down. Okay, I'm going to do what we originally said we were going to do. We're going to drop them back to 5 each to the original. And I think that's where the secret math is that he's talking about. Because now if we get another hit, I mean, look where we're at now. We're back to this being covered by this. So yeah, so that's the right way to play it. Match it, get a hit, come down.
6 easy.
Okay. So you see how much money we're making with the runs here. Now, my only question is, after hitting it again like that, do we go back up again to try to get the second hit? You know, match them again. And I just don't know. I just don't know. I think that after getting that second hit, we do the match again. We go back up. I'm going to play it out without doing a second match. But you can watch his video and see what you think.
Hard 4. 5 fever.
All right. So we would have gotten a double score if we would have done the match there. Right? We would have gotten a double score. So let's just keep going.
Winner 6.
Wow. See how much money we're missing out on, right? But it's just the way that the numbers are falling right now. All right. So we can't lose in this hand, right? From where we started to where we are, we absolutely cannot lose.
6 easy.
Unbelievable. So this is showing that the match would have crushed it. I just don't know. I'm going to have to go back and watch Waylon's video and see whether he goes back to the match or not. And then you guys can watch it as well.
12 craps.
All right, the beauty of it is we hit the $28 earlier and we could have made a cash. We've hit the 23 again after even being down, right? We were down and we've hit 23 again, and this would have been like a second cash. So we would easily have had, if we cashed every 20 or 20-something dollar shot, we would already be on the third session or so. So we'd be up close to $50 or so right now.
8 easy.
Okay. So now let's do the match. Right? Let's do the match. Let's say we just came back and we're going to do the match. Let's play it that way. Right? And let's see if we can get our one hit on the match.
Fever 5.
And there it is. Right? So let's go down. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. We want to go down. Back to the 5s. So I don't know that I'm doing this the same way he is, but it certainly is fascinating to play with this.
5 fever.
Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do the match this time. So we're way up with this shooter. We're going to do or we can do this. We did the match with this shooter. We won. We can bank that money now and wait for another hit and do a match. Why don't we try that?
Fever 5.
Okay. We made another $7.25. Now we're going to do the match. So what I'm doing at the moment is seeing how it feels to do the match, let's say, every other shot.
10 easy.
Okay, we got nailed on that. All right, so we got nailed on our DC bet. Now we definitely reset everything. Everything comes down. We're doing great. This is very, very interesting. And we're going to go back out with our reset to our base that I'm using, which is 20.
7 out.
Okay, that's a disaster because, again, that's the second time we've lost our DC bet. All right, but we're not doing any laddering. So we have to wait for a number.
6 easy.
Okay. But even with that, we're doing very, very well, even getting nailed on the DC bets, which is what he said. And I have to tell you, very interesting here. So one more, that's 20. We're not doing any laddering. In his testing, when he laddered, he made even more money. A lot more.
7 out.
Okay. That's twice, right? So look, so for this session, look what we're back down now, right? So if you were laddering, this is certainly where you would ladder. So for purposes of the video,
6 easy.
I'll just do the ladder, even though I said I wasn't, just to show you what that looks like. So now we lost twice. So we would go up to the ladder. We would do 20, right? Like this.
4 easy.
Okay. And then we would ladder the insides. We were doing 5, so now we're going to do 10. Oh, come on. All right, 10, 10, 10, and 10. Okay, here we go. Everything else is exactly the same. It's just that the chip increments are different. And we're going to look for a hit here to come back down.
8 easy.
Okay, so now you got your hit here, and you're going to do the match the same way. Okay, so these are going to go up to 20. And we're just getting a feeling for this kind of routine.
6 winner.
Okay, so we got our hit on the elevated level on the match. Now what we'll do is we'll go down back to the 10. Now, you're back to 32.96. So the next question you're going to ask me is, do we stay at this elevated level, level 2, without the match, right? We're back to where we were, or do we go back to level 1? Well, you guys know I usually like to run back to level 1 as fast as possible on every system I play. But you can also make the argument that you've already paid for this at level 2, right? If I'm playing for tight win targets, I mean, remember, you're still covered here, right? But you will lose this 40 if a 4 came now. Make no mistake about it. So for me, I usually would like to go all the way back down. That's me. This is why we test. I'm going to pull everything down. And I'm going to go back to the basic. I did what I needed to do in my recovery. If you're going to use a ladder, which I already showed you, you don't even have to with this system, like he said. So we're going to go back to the base.
7 winner.
Okay, luckily, we were not in the DC because the puck wasn't on, because we would have lost again.
8 easy.
Okay, so let's go back to the base and do it again. Oh, come on. Here we go. Back to our $20 DC bet.
Winner 8.
Okay, we moved to the 8. That was the point, but we don't really care. And now we're back to our beginning inside bets, right? Inside bets. And because we're playing bubble craps, we don't have to do the 6 and the 8 in increments of 6, right? Make sure this is turned on because the puck is off. You have to make sure. If you're doing this for bigger amounts on the traditional table, you've got to let the dealer know that your bets are working. Okay, here we go.
Fever 5.
All right. There's our hit. We're going to do the match. And again, this time we do have the double up business because the DC bet traveled to an inside number. So if the 8 came, we're not going to lose the full $20 because we're going to make money here on the place bet 8.
Nina 9.
Okay, even better. All right, we got our hit on the match, and now we're going to decrease since that's what we've decided to do, and that's what we think is the right move. And here we go.
7 out.
All right, no big deal because we came back down. We can't lose because we're back to the hedge situation. So this is really proving out to be a very interesting concept with a lot of different options that you can be doing. So let's do it again. Ah, too bad we weren't in there. That would have paid us.
6 easy.
All right. So let's go back out with our $20 DC. And let's do it one more time.
3 craps.
Oh, there it is. We finally made up for those ones that we were losing here. We instantly made the 20 because the 3 pays instantly even money on the DC. And we're up $74 already playing without really having to do anything. We only laddered up once to show everybody how that looked. All right, so now we're going to go back out with our base bets. And hopefully, no, we're not. What am I doing? We're not going out with our base bets. We're doing our DC bet first.
Winner 6.
Okay. We're back out. Now we're going to do our inside bets. There we go.
3 craps.
All right.
6 easy.
Okay, this is that situation where we do lose for the shooter, so to speak, because we didn't get any hits here. Now, we were lucky enough that we lost the 20, but we also made money on the 5. So we didn't lose the full $20. All right? So we just need a restart. Remember, that's what that means. It's a restart. Take everything down and go back. Now, if you want to wait for the next shooter, wait for the next shooter. If not, go right back out and reset with your DC bet.
7 out.
Okay, again, it's killing us when we're in the DC. All right, we're getting killed there. We're getting crushed on the 7s in the DC, and I think one time in 11. So we're not going to ladder up because we're up money. There's no reason to ladder all the time. Let's just go back out.
4 easy.
Okay, we're on an outside number for the DC, and we're going to do our 4 inside bets. We didn't ladder.
Winner 8.
Okay, so we made some of our money back, and now we do our match.
6 easy.
Okay, fantastic. We hit it on the match with the second level with the matched bets. Now we're going to come back down, which is what we've been doing, like so, and see if we can hit a few more.
8 easy.
And we did. All right, so we're good to go with this situation right now. We're not back to our high because we got knocked off our DC here, okay? But it doesn't matter.
8 easy.
And by the way, you're seeing that I'm not going back up on the match. That's really the question. When you go back down and get hit again, do you go back up with the match? I haven't really done that. That's something that is very interesting. Watch Waylon's video, and then obviously the whole point of this is that you guys simulate and demo it yourself and see what feels best.
Winner 6.
So these are all extra hits, extra money going into your kitty. And look where we're at. We are now at our session high, right? Now, I want to point something out. These bets are basically free now, right? If you were at where you needed to be for your mini session, you can pull these down, right? We know we can do this. You guys should know this from our courses, from everything else. If you want, you can pull all that money down. You can play out the lay 4, or you can plug the lay 4 for 10. Something like this. Whoops. Or you can simply play it out and hope for the 7 out. So this time what we'll do, we'll try to make that extra 20. We'll play it a little bit more risky. We're not going to plug it. So we pulled our bets down, and now we're just going to let this play out. Or we can plug the bet.
7 winner.
There you go. So we picked the right one that time, and we made that extra $20. And that would be it for me, right? With a small bankroll. Now, we did a lot of things there. We tried a lot of different things. We didn't play it by the book exactly. But that's how it is when you're trying to manipulate and figure out something new that you haven't done before. This is the first time I've tried this. I will go back. I will watch Waylon's video again. And I'll see exactly how he handled some of those situations. But now we have our own roadmap as well with various options that I've built in. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. You can play it as aggressive or conservative as you want. If you want to come back down after the match, and then if it hits again, go back up and match again, and get hit and come back down again, right? You can do that. And you're going to make a lot more money probably. But your volatility is probably going to be higher than doing the match, coming down, and just playing it out. Okay? So I think this is turning out to be a very interesting little strategy. I think we're going to do more with it. And I kind of like the way it feels at this bubble craps level. And I definitely like the way it feels with the 20s, $20 and the 5s. But you can play this at any level. You can watch him play it at the big boy level with the $100 DC and the $25 inside bets, the 110 inside, okay, on his videos. So I think we're going to do more with this. I think this is a very methodical way to play. And again, anything that uses a hybrid method, I'm very intrigued by. And this has that little juice with the matching. I think it's very, very interesting, but it needs more practice for sure. That's it. Let me know what you think. Simulate the hell out of this. And we'll see you on the next video, guys. And by the way, in the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to have some major news coming out. We've been working on this secret project, a new website utility that we've been working on for months. We're getting closer and closer to that being a reality. It's not going to cost you guys anything to use. And not only is it going to be utilized for our casino strategy stuff, but you're going to be able to use it for anything. And I'm more than happy to put out some videos to teach you the way I use it for other stuff outside of just the casino stuff as well. I think you're going to like that. I have fallen in love with the usage of this type of utility, and it's been built from scratch just for us. The other thing that's going to be announced, we're going to do another car cast. That's my version of a podcast because I do it while I'm driving. We're going to do another casino car cast probably in the next three days or so. And I'm going to open the, let's just put it this way. I've got a secret holiday special stuff for you to announce that I didn't even know I was going to be able to do. Courtesy of a member of the community that has given me the ability to do something and give to you guys something that was private. So I don't want to go too far on that. It's going to be a holiday special that I didn't think we were going to be able to do, and it just came out of the blue. And I'm scrambling to get it all put together in a nice, neat package. But it is courtesy of one of our members. So that's coming. I'll let the cat out of the bag on that one as well. It's the holiday season. A lot of amazing stuff happening. And this is just going to be rolling right in from December here into the most amazing year for you guys, 2026. For all of us that enjoy using these games as assets. We are making leaps and bounds innovations and exploring math, probabilities, utilities, and all kinds of things that I am having so much fun. We are doing so well. We are creating paychecks, and we are teaching other people how to turn their attention into one of the best business, profit centers they possibly can have, even though most people don't realize this could actually be a consistent profit generating center. So if you're interested, check out the website, casinoincomeacademy.com. And by the way, you have to sign up for the newsletter there because some of the things I'm talking about are only going to be available for alumni and free subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, you better get your butt over there because you're going to miss out on a lot of freebies. So we'll see you on the next video. Have a great time practicing this brand new, interesting concept.